Today we're going to be looking at a scenario where civilization started over. Today we're on episode 7, and today's going to be a very important episode as we're going to have the mini World War. What the heck is going on? Civilization starts over. Today we're on episode 7 of the series. Today it's going to be the mini World War. And this war starts where the Greeks shoot off some Jordan soldiers. Great raises tensions, and the Green Country decides to invade. They start invading quite fast as they have a large amount of troops in that border area, as they have had a rivalry. This country literally invaded one of the first colonies ever, and it goes very good and very fast. They also make a little naval landing right here. They don't have the best naval because they're not surrounded by other countries. They are surrounded by Turkey, Greece, and the Red Country, but they don't really have that many naval access, or like large ocean access. The only large thing that they have is probably, I'm gonna call this point C, I forgot the name. They barely have any access to this, and they might lose access to the Mediterranean if this does not end up good for them. It does look good for them, and they do expand while the war is going on, so the landing down here is becoming very successful until Greek troops and Greek naval and air force take them down, and they start to invade, and they make a little landing right here, trying to take back the coastline. Over here, we have a little war going on. The Orange Country against the Red Country, and so with Guatemala. The Orange Country is the one that invaded. The only reason they did this is they've had a couple of incidents where Red Country men shoot down innocent people in their country, and they shot down recently the vice president, or vice king, whatever you call it. And well, it is not going to look good for them as the Blue Country joins, as they're going to use their naval and some of their troops. And they're going to go invade this little coastline right here. Yep. A couple of rebellions pop up in the Grey Country that is very unstable. Rebellion pops up here, another one over here, one down south in the Panhandle, one over here, and probably the biggest one so far over here. They are taken out though until the rebellion starts, which they have the capital. Due to them having the capital, their economy goes down exponentially, way too fast. They end up taking the island of Hawaii. And they lose tons of their naval access, only having barely any coastline, as this was their primary one. There was their naval stuff. Back over here, we see the Brown Country making a landing, as they were sending troops from all around from all of the different colonies in Australia and Africa, or here in Greenland in the UK. They make a landing right here. Oh, forgot. make a landing right here. It's not pretty big until it becomes humongous after many other troops join. Over here, they also make a landing, and they try to make it all the way up to this little, like, trading point. This is probably the most traded point in the world, not their capital, because due to the Turkish being extremely close, they can be stealing supplies at any time. They decided to do it here. I think it's much better, and it is in the point C. Their goal is, I already said the goal. Over here, they use this island, and they send troops down, and make a landing right here. They end up taking what they wanted. They also want them to lose all access to the Red Sea. The puppet is not really that much access. They have maybe 3 naval boats. Yeah, this is very weak. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to become independent. Over here, I don't know why it disappeared. Over here, I already said it. I don't know why it disappeared. He becomes successful until troops storm down from the capital and they start to take back their land. Due to this distraction over here, they lose quite a bit of land to the Greeks as they're starting to invade back their land. Until eventually, over here, they send at least a million troops. Yep. Back then, right now, it's the year 300. Never mind. The year 100, maybe 200. In this year, tons of the max number of humans right now is at 1,000,000. No one has reached 1 billion yet. Billion hasn't even become a number in this world yet. So they end up taking the country back. They end up taking this land back that they had. Over here, they make a landing. Ends up connecting with the rest until they fully annex this area. Okay. Over here, they completely take down the army and the naval that they had placed over here. It does not look good for the X Alliance. I forgot to put the X's. Back over here, we see Guatemala taking the capital. We see Guatemala taking the capital of the country. Due to its unstableness, it will not be able to fight back. It will fight back a teeny bit over here down south in Guatemala, and just a teeny bit on this tip, but it just won't be enough. It asks for help from the little sign country. They decline as they're barely just building their army, and they're already in a war with this country. Does not look good, as Nicaragua also joins the war on the side of Guatemala and the Orange Country in northern Mexico, or the Orange Country, and they do a large amount of progress. This will be a big mistake though, as they were planning a war over here against this country, but they are going to get help from this country. So I don't think it will be a problem, as they don't lose that many soldiers, as they're not going to use their army, and they're all going to try though. And they do evade quite a bit. Guatemala has a plan, and they're going to invade down south, as their mainland is right there. and they eventually become successful, taking large amounts of land. Oh, that is weird. As they take a large amount of land, and eventually split the country in two. As they eventually split the country, divided up against themselves. We don't see full annexation of this country, but that is what the proposed borders is what they want. So over here we see the Turkish being invaded by the Green Country, as they need more land if they want to invade this part of Greece again. The Turkish part of Greece sent to invade. They have been allies before with the Turkish country, but after that war that they had, because they were getting way too big, they lost relations, as they used to fight the Greeks together until now they found a new friend, this Qatar country, UAE country. Over here, tell me this. Okay, so over here, the Gold Country does make a landing in the Turkish. The reason is because the Greeks don't want the help. The reason is because the Greeks don't want the help of the Gold Country, so they told the Gold Country to try to invade the Turkish, even though they're already invaded by the bottom. Over here, we see this country try to take some land out of this because they're trying to get full access of the sea, but due to all the animal life, they can't really do that, so they decide to take quite a bit of land out of this. What? Big chunk out of this. What the heck? I'll be right back. Let me just fix these dumb lights. I'll fix this later. They take a big chunk. And yeah, over here, we have a little mini war between China and Indonesia, because they are fighting over who owns the Philippines, and decided to split it up. China takes half, this half, Indonesia takes this half. The reason that China took more is because Indonesia doesn't really need that much naval, as they already have a huge amount, as most of the mainland is on islands. So yeah. Over here, we do see this country try to take independence, as the same type